Hello and welcome to today's news report.
And weather forecast.
My name is Rick Mahogany.
And my name is Matt Anderson.
According to the police in India, an Indian grandfather sold his newborn grandson for £850 to a buyer on the social network site Facebook. Now let's set over to some news from Scotland. Glasgow has been ranked as the UK's most violent area in a new report. The UK Peace Index from the Institute of Economics and Peace said that the city had the highest rates of violent crimes. The study, which looked at 10 areas, described it as the least peaceful major urban city, with London and Belfast in the second and the third place. However, researcher Stevie Killalea said Glasgow had become much more peaceful over the last few years. Here we have some amateur footage from the bombing in Boston. Accused Boston Marathon bombers Tamerlan and Tsarnaev were barely scraping by financially, but were able to make bombs for less than $100. U.S. officials said that the Boston Marathon explosions that killed 3 people and wounded more than 260 were triggered by a remote-controlled detonator. 2 officials said that the bombs were not very sophisticated. One of the officials described the detonator as a close-controlled one, meaning it had to be triggered within several blocks of the bombs. Therefore, they can look at the cameras around the city and know who did it, because it couldn't be too far away. The accused ex-lover and prime suspect in the murder of Kate Maloney committed suicide by jumping out of the window in the 26th floor of the luxury Golden Coast Hotel yesterday as the detectives tried to arrest him. Elliot Colson, 32 years, a combat system officer with the Royal Australian Navy, died instantly when he hit the ground and landed in the fontaine outside the hotel. His death came moments after a team of detectives knocked on the door of his $500 a night suite, which had been secured with a chain.
We are ready for our weather forecast for India. In New Delhi we have 35 degrees in the sun and 29 in the shadow. And in East India, in the town called Calcutta, we have 30 degrees in the sun and 26 degrees in the shadow, a bit chilly. And in the city of Chennai, here, we have 37 degrees in the sun, very hot, and 28 degrees in the shadow, a bit cooler. In the west, in the city of Mumbai, we have 29 degrees in the sun and 27 degrees in the shadow. And as you can see, there is no rain in any of the cities, just sun. Okay, then we're ready for the weather forecast of Scotland. We begin with Aberdeen, that has 12 degrees Celsius and a lot of rain. And as you can see, in the whole northern of Scotland, we have a lot of rain and chilly temperatures. Then we move down to Glasgow, that has 14 degrees and a lot of rain there too, but it's one of the hottest cities of Scotland. And last we take Edinburgh, that has 13 degrees Celsius, a lot of rain, and actually the whole of Scotland is filled with rain this day, as you can see.